Hello everyone, and welcome back to the forest of Squirrel Clan, where we left off on quite the cliffhanger. Yeah, quite the cliffhanger, because there was a new kitten! There was a new kitten, an abandoned little kitten that actually Honeywing found and decided to adopt as her own. And guys, somebody needs to take these cats' backstories away from me because I thought that Honeywing's backstory ended up making me sad when I sat down and flipped the little. I have a little like 5 minute hourglass that I flip to really just go like, all right, we must focus, we must bring their stories alive, and I'll just kind of go forth and type whatever inspires me, or to be more immersive, send forth the cute stories from Starpelt or whatever. And let's just say that the new kit, yeah, her backstory actually remains quite a mystery that I want many of you to go ahead and help me decide upon. And she also has a sadder backstory than Honeywing. I I almost made myself like too upset writing it, even though it's like not violent, not brutal, just sad. And let's just say I'm probably going to end up defending her with my life. And because of her backstory, that was just kind of something that naturally wrote itself. I didn't really have an intention behind it. I just kind of went sentence by sentence. And I guess Seri's brain is a random generator. Oh, no wonder I love random generators so much. It's all beginning to make sense to me now. But yeah, I just kind of went like sentence by sentence with what felt right for her character. And I'll show you guys what we ended up with. Also, I'm going to try to take a little bit more care to pay attention to the current statuses of our different cats and just where they are when we go ahead and begin our day with them. Because the placement of the different cats in different locations had a big role when we were doing our clan generator like our clan generator series with Sunmoss Clan back before this huge, amazing, fantastic, gobsmackingly beautiful update. And I think it's time to bring that back because we have two extremely irresponsible cats hanging out in the nursery right now. And this is just what they looked like when I popped back in. So you may notice over here in the nursery. You see, this is the nursery. It'd be really fun one day if you could click on that and just like all of the kittens were kind of there, and you could just see how they're doing. Or oh, maybe you could go into the nursery and you could see any of the kits there might be able to play together, and you could get like an extra boost for like the relationship. Of course, I could do that with a random generator one day. All right, okay? Hang on, notes, come to me. Oh, and really quickly, I have a meeting in about half an hour, which is why I have not yet done the Warrior Cats page, and I have not yet like started my random generators, and I have not yet counted how many kittens you guys rescued last week from the cabin that they were abandoned of the Two Lakes cabin in the woods. And we have not yet put up the poll for if Alder's mate was another clan cat, a kitty pet, or a rogue loner. So yeah, there's a lot of stories that we still have getting ready to cascade into our wonderful Squirrel Clan adventures. I'm loving it. Our patrons are loving it. You guys are loving it. I have a feeling things are just going to continue building and taking off. And once I can really get the webpage built so that you guys can constantly like stay up to date with the different mini plots, and you can see the fan art gallery that we've really started to like build up, I think it's going to be amazing. So that said, let me also add into my notes. How about nursery randomizer? Just to see if we can develop a relationship between the kids more often, even if that's not, as you guys are about to see, going to be a happy one. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to kind of point out to you guys what's going on with the cat's location, and then we'll review what happened last time. We will go ahead and welcome in the new kitten, and we'll see what surprises Squirrel Clan has for us this moon. So friends, we have Prancetail and Bloom Coral over here in the nursery because they are checking in on the new kittens. Honestly, like Little Plum Kit and Pepper Kit, they were just born last moon and they don't know any different. They think they were born into Squirrel Clan, even though they were born to their dead mother, Alder. And boy, one of you guys had like a gobsmackingly amazing idea of what will happen if Plum or Pepperkit becomes a medicine cat or a leader in the future and ends up being able to visit with StarClan and finding out that Squirrel Clan lied to them about who their birth mother was their entire lives. That blew my mind. I didn't really think through how the kits might be able to find out that they were lied to. That could happen. That could happen, and it just whoosh, blew my mind. That's amazing. What a great idea. So I need to write down whoever said that, and you are more than welcome. I wonder if I can add like names into the name generator, because that would be fun, like a little bonus for those of you who are just really kind in the comments to be able to like pluck a name now and then and just add your cat's name into the random generator. I'll have to figure it out. And as an aside, because I have scattered notes all over my desk, and I swear that I'm going to be more organized, I'm learning how to work with my ADHD and it's getting a lot better. I also found out, thanks to our amazing patrons, that yes, and Tommy actually helped me out with this, that we can add in our own custom accessories. And you better bet that I'm going to go take that and run with it and have an amazing time. I wonder if I could even have some of like our patrons submit like little pixel pieces of art that we could add in there. And I also am thinking about figuring out a way for the cats to have like small pets of some kind, and also like an inventory system of some kind that I keep track of in the comment or in their like history, so that they can steal things from each other. They could have special items that they could give to other cats that boost like chances of friendship, or that boost like, you know, love, kind of like bringing in that cattails mechanic or the Harvest Moon mechanic, or Stardew Valley, or basically any game where you associate with the different villagers and you give them gifts. I might be bringing that into this as well, because I think that would be really fun, and because I think you guys just about broke my heart with how adorable the Tangle Spring love has been for her stuff, her love of collecting shiny two-leg things. The artwork, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Okay, so now that I've rambled enough, let me reiterate. Okay, let's just say that was a very frantic Seri, like swirling around in her little starry pile of ideas. Stars are explosive and chaotic, and I suppose I can embody that energy. And now we are going to go ahead and point out that Prancetail and Bloom Coral happen to be visiting the nursery. Both Prancetail and Bloom Coral are very sick right now. And they have actually been beginning to build up a little bit of a romantic interest in each other, even though Bloom Coral and Honeywing were kind of like a thing, or starting to be a thing, because they were starting to crush on each other. But Honeywing, she's very busy with this new kit, and Prancetail and Bloom Coral have been sick in the medicine den for quite a while now. So they grew up together, Prancetail and Bloom Coral, and they're beginning to realize, like, oh, wait a second. Like, do I like you? And I think that's putting Bloom Coral in a very awkward position, because he really had set his heart on becoming maybe Honeywing's mate, and he was going to be loyal, and he was going to be the best mate ever and make her so happy. But that was before the night when they went ahead and discovered Primrose Kit. Oh, brace yourselves for her story. Okay. But again, last little note, I'm actually going to put this down in my notes too. A sick pair of cats, and actually, I'm pretty sure Prancetail has green cough, just saying, visit the nursery. I think they may have even snuck over there, because clearly none of the queens are there, none of the other cats are there right now, just to see all of the new kits. And I think they actually got one of the kits sick, and you're going to see that in just a second too. But first, let's delve a little bit into this new kitten. So, actually, Primrose Kit happens to be the eldest of the 3 kittens that we currently have in the clan, because Plum Kit and Pepper Kit are only about a moon old, and Primrose Kit is 5 moons old, and she has a very sweet personality, and her history is that she was abandoned. Just how she was abandoned, however, well, you guys will see. After wandering alone for nearly 2 weeks, a young kit finally collapsed, too tired and too exhausted to go on. Although she was nearly old enough to learn how to hunt for herself, she was still simply too young to have been alone for so long. The burden of struggling for food, water, and safe shelter was finally taking its heaviest toll. She remembered staring at the moonlight with dull eyes and wondering if the stories she had been told of cats living in the stars were true. As she laid there, so exhausted that thought or memory of moving had faded away, she watched as the moonlight slowly grew and moonbeams flickered down between the trees of the forest she had wandered into. Oop. Ah! Okay, brace yourself. Ah. Slowly, the hunger, thirst, and pain were beginning to fade into nothingness. The young kit sighed in relief, and a small smile flickered over her face as the moonbeams slowly moved closer to her resting spot. Would the cats who lived in the stars walk down the moonbeam to say hello to her? The sounds of the forest were peaceful that night, as the leaves rustled softly overhead and crickets sang, though even they were quiet, as though respecting the moment. The air was warm and carried with it the comforting sense of fallen leaves and berries heavy on the bushes. Yet with all this beauty, why was it that the kit felt as though someone nearby was so sad? Didn't they see how pretty the moon was tonight? Suddenly, the moonlight flickered, startling the young kit and making her close her eyes. And a second later, a large branch fell out of a tree and crashed onto the rocks below, with such force that the kit cried out in sudden surprise and fear, the peaceful spell broken. A short time later, a warm nose was pressed against her flank, and the young kit who was collapsed under a primrose bush, slowly opened her eyes to find a distressed pair of emerald eyes staring down at her. Primrose Kit, as she came to be called, was dragged back to SquirrelClan by Honeywing and Bloomcoral, then carefully nursed for several days by Honeywing herself. Honeywing had fallen in love with little Primrose within those first moments of discovering her, and proudly, lovingly, took Primrose Kit as her own daughter. So, yeah, that's Primrose Kit's backstory. I made myself so sad this morning writing it. My husband Chips was like, "Are you okay? What's going on?" I was like, "Don't mind me, I'm just doing more cat drama." And he just kind of laughed. But you may notice something, friends. Primrose Kit was very quiet about her history. How was she abandoned? And why? And that's because, after all, we're building these stories together. And I want to give you guys a chance to put in your suggestions, to add in your own little twist of the tale of how Primrose Kit came to be abandoned and starving and near death inside of the forest of SquirrelClan. And we'll go ahead and we'll see if any of those stories seem to take and seem to be the right one for her. So please feel free to add them into the comments. I'm really excited. I might use a random generator. I might see if one just floats to the top from likes. I might see if just one stands out to me. Please don't put in so much effort that you'll feel disappointed if yours isn't selected for this particular storyline. It's just a creative exercise where I hope that I can have some insight into this beautiful, sweet young kit's history through your guys' eyes, because there are so many ways we could take her story and so many ways that her secret history might actually be able to give us a newly expanded world and even more characters and even more places that might one day come to nourish all of the different clans that we are going to have in Clan Generator. Yeah, not just Squirrel Clan. Just saying, feeling kind of salty lately. Want to be by the sea. We'll talk about that later. But yes, so Primrose Kit was discovered by Honeywing and Bloomcoral, and that's actually pretty ironic because I randomized a random generator using the number of cats in our clan to go ahead and see who would actually be with Honeywing, and it was Bloomcoral. So I'm going to tweak some of their relationship settings after this to kind of reflect that. But right now, Primrose, she just really, really loves her new mother, who she respects and finds tons of comfort in, and she already trusts. And Honeywing is so ecstatic to have a kit of her own. She never really was thinking about kits like right away, but she's super like she has so much empathy for all of the different like cats and for all of the different people. It makes total sense that Honeywing would just fall in love with a kit who was so clearly in desperate need. And I think Bloomcoral, things are going to be a little bit more complicated for Bloomcoral's perspective. But if we pop over to Honeywing, whoops, Sorry, Honeywing. Ah, Honeywing, where'd you go? Oh my gosh. Hold still for just a second. Okay, Dawn Patrol tomorrow. Got it. But for Honeywing, my friends, we have a little bit more to her story. Oh, I forgot how she's not Honey Pie anymore. Ah. Honeywing was strolling through the forest one beautiful evening with Bloom Coral, admiring the stunning moonlight, when she heard a tremendous crash nearby, followed by a kit crying out. So as you guys can tell, this is the Moon 8 addition to Honeywing's story, and it is a different perspective of the same events, except from a different character's point of view, which I think is really fun. Startled, Honeywing and Bloom Coral decided to check to see what made that sound, and they were shocked to find a young gray and white kitten, so thin her bones were showing through her fur, collapsed under a primrose bush. There were no other cats nearby. It seems like the sound was made by a falling branch, and by a branch falling and shattering perilously close to the young kit. Determined and already in love, Honeywing dragged the kit back to SquirrelClan with Bloom Coral and spent the next few weeks nursing her back to health. She named the young kit Primrose, since the kit did not want to talk about her past or her former name, and devoted herself to caring for her new daughter. Which is all well and good, but that may have left Bloom Coral wondering if there would be any space left for him in Honeywing's heart. Yeah, this is pretty exciting. I think that definitely, maybe her respect and like of Bloom Coral may have gone up a little bit, and maybe her trust just a teensy bit, because, you know, he helped to rescue, like, Primrose Kit from certain death. However, for Bloom Coral, who, he will know the kit. I will make it so he's just a teensy bit jealous, but also likes the kit. I'll randomize a little bit how much he likes her. Yeah, Bloom Coral is starting to feel a little bit nervous about this, friends, because, you know, let's see. Oh, I need to change this to Moon 8, not Moon 7. 1 second, friends. If I don't do it now, it'll never happen. All right, there we go. Moon 8. Bloom Coral has been happily warming up to Honeywing for quite a few moons now. Could this be love? The young, lovesick tomcat was certain it was. Until he got himself quite... Oh no, that was Moon 7! Oh, never mind, this is the drama. Sorry, guys. Yeah, this is the drama from last time that we were kind of like shock Pikachu face about. Bloom Coral has been happily warming up to Honeywing for quite a few moons now. Could this be love? The young, lovesick tomcat was certain it was, until he got himself quite sick after staying up all night trying to gather fluffy grass and flowers, and maybe a midnight mouse snack to impress Honeywing, and found himself banished to the medicine cat den until he got better. He would stare wistfully out of the den as Honeywing walked around to camp and left on her patrols. But while she was gone, he started to get a bit bored and began his usual playful antics, batting at seed holes and butterflies, even though Flugfern, the lead medicine cat, would scold him and tell him to rest. Thankfully, his playfulness did serve a purpose, as it made the also sick Prancetail laugh. Prancetail and Bloom Coral had known one another all their lives as clanmates, but both of them were startled when their eyes met across the medicine cat den and seemed to have an extra spark. But what could this mean for Bloom Coral's crush on Honeywing? Let alone Pouncebush, the deputy's deep, deep crush on Prancetail. So that was last moon. Dun dun dun! I told you, I was busy with cat drama this morning. And then this moon, Moon 8, while out on a midnight stroll with Honeywish, trying to sort out how he feels now that he is juggling multiple crushes on multiple cats, Bloom Coral and Honeywish discovered a nearly dead kitten and rescued her. Honeywish fell in love with the kitten and happily adopted her, naming the kit Primrose Kit, and Bloom Coral was very proud to have helped rescue a kit. But now that Honeywing is so busy with her new kit, where does that leave the two of them and their crush? So that is the drama that has been going on. Right now, Bloom Coral, the freaking naughty cat who is actually quite sick, he still has a runny nose, and he's still in the medicine cat den with Prancetail, who has freaking green cough. And was just visiting the medicine cat den. They're currently basking in the sun, so Bloom Coral's basking in the sun, and Prancetail involves the kits in a game of make-believe after traveling through a strange land because she's so adventurous and an excellent speaker, and she's so bored of being sick. I think that she headed out of the medicine cat den and was playing with the kits even though she shouldn't have, which is so irresponsible. I could totally see that completely tanking any of the trust that, like, the queens would have for her, or especially, like, basically any, like, of the parents, maybe some of the other cats too. But she was playing with the kits too. And guys, when you come over to events, we come over to health. Pepperkit has gotten green cough. Yeah, Pepperkit got green cough. So I think that Pepperkit actually got sick because Bloom Coral and Prancetail were bored and they snuck out and were playing with the kits because they were curious about them. I could see this causing a lot of drama if Pepperkit doesn't get better, especially because that means that Autumn Fur, who has not left the medicine cat den because she was worried about her kits, like worried that there wasn't enough medicine already. Autumn Fur is probably really angry at Prancetail, and also Bloom Coral, but especially Prancetail, because Prancetail has like freaking green cough. And I think that that would really deeply affect their relationship for the fact that Pepperkit is now sick. And if Pepperkit dies, oh man, there might be a big fight. There might be a really big fight. Oh boy, I might really have to think about how that would work out. And just real quickly, we had a great idea from one of our wonderful patrons that Via Heart and Prancetail, who have been stuck in the medicine cat den for moons together, probably should have some sort of just friendship. Just like we'll go ahead and I think we'll have them at least get to know one another a little bit. Not romantically, I don't think. I think they just would become a little bit of friends. Yeah, strict and adventurous. Via Heart hasn't really shown a romantic interest in anyone. But I could see her like feeling a bit closer to Prancetail now that they've been stuck in the medicine cat den together for moons. Oh, Bloom Coral, my boy. I really love him, but I think that he is just making horrible, horrible choices. Also, for our events, let's go ahead and go through things real quickly. We have a few twists of relationships that indicates that not all is easy in bringing young Primrose Kit into the clan. Oh my gosh, you guys. For you, that was just a second. For me, it was about an hour and a half. I gushed about these cats for so long that I almost missed my meeting. And it was actually, you know, one of those meetings that was more serious with like serious people who don't really understand what Let's Plays are, let alone warrior cats. And I just wasn't sure how I was going to look all of them in the face on Zoom and be like, yep, almost missed this to go ahead and have some cat drama. Yep. Oh, that's so fitting for me. But I apologize that this might be definitely a rambly episode. If you can't tell, I was a little nervous about my meeting before, and it made me focus on things instead of click buttons. However, we have a lot of really fun drama that I did write down during the meeting as notes to go ahead and work on. And we're gonna go ahead and wrap up with at least talking a bit more about these relationships, going on patrol, and seeing what the next moon has for us. While I try to stop blushing like a tomato and completely not lose track of my life and my place as an adult because of warrior cats. All right, so let's just for my own benefit restart with reading down what the relationships have been during Moon 8 of Squirrel Clan. Eddie Paw appreciates how Prancetail always seems to ask how they're doing. So Prancetail is really popular. I actually think she is well liked by, actually let's double check. I don't think any cat dislikes Prancetail. Now that I think of it. Oh, what? Okay, except Prancetail does dislike Tingle Spring. Still, that seems pretty on brand because I could see how Prancetail, you know, she's just very adventurous and kind of gets into things. And I think Tingle Spring just doesn't like the cats who really get in her way. Whoa, Prancetail! What is going on with the platonic love of Pounce Bush? What the heck? Oh, wait, no. Dang it. I was thinking romantic. All right. Whoa, didn't Prancetail have some romantic with Bloom Coral last time? That all went away? Oh, Bloom Coral. Bloom Coral. Where did like Bloom Coral? Oh, you poor thing. And then Pounce Bush. Oh, Pounce Bush really, really, really has a big crush on Prancetail. And she's just over here with zero crush. Oh, except on Bloom Coral. Never mind. There's crushes going back. I must have been like definitely looking at the wrong cat or something. Don't mind me. I'm a goose bucket. All right. Come on, Seri. Get it together. But Prancetail does seem to be extremely popular, basically with all of the cats of Squirrel Clan, because she's also sharing her prey with Honeywing and developing a deeper relationship there. And I thought this was adorable. Autumn Fur is chiding Pepperkit for being so reckless. And I interpret that as Autumn Fur, the worried mother, going ahead, and she's just so frantic that Pepperkit is now sick with green cough of all things, especially at 1 moon old, that she would just be frantically trying to like take care of her kit, console it while it's sick and just feels so miserable, and also say you shouldn't have been playing like outside in the chill with sick cats, but how is Pepperkit supposed to know? So I think Autumn Fur's concern is really going to turn into a lot of dislike and frustration with Bloom Coral and with Prancetail. Meanwhile, Chestnut Star appreciates how Fluff Tuft always seems to ask how they're doing, or Flood Tuft, pardon me. Time Fawn reminds Pounce Bush to go grab some fresh kill from the pile if they haven't already. I always love seeing Time Fawn and Pounce Bush, the two older males of the clan, really interact, because I think that they're kind of the more mature backbone, with actually Flood Tuft bringing up the rear as the next most mature, I guess, male cat of the clan. Because it's definitely not Bloom Coral. Meanwhile, Bloom Coral heard an ugly rumor about Time Fawn, and I'm actually going to say that Bloom Coral heard that Time Fawn was bad-mouthing how Bloom Coral hasn't been doing work around the clan, and just seems to be playing. And also, Time Fawn's probably a little bit upset. I think he is going to be upset at Bloom Coral and Prancetail for his kits getting sick, but less so than Autumn Fur. And I will roll a random generator to tweak their relationship file just to put a little bit of dislike in there, a little sprinkle as a treat for drama. Meanwhile, this was interesting because speaking of Prancetail being popular, Flood Tuft might be reading a little too far into Prancetail's kindness. Oh, and he's visiting the medicine den right now. Oh my gosh. Is he sick? No. You guys, I think that Flood Tuft, I think he's going ahead. And he's actually visiting Prancetail, reading a little too far into her kindness, are we? Prancetail, I think you have like 3 of the cats of the clan currently crushing on you. This is a lot. What does she think of? She just feels really safe around Flood Tuft. Probably because he's super bold and like determined to be a strong warrior. Boy, and she's a little jealous of him. Probably because she's been stuck in the medicine cat den and for like months, and she's so bored and wants out. Oh my gosh, this is adorable drama. No wonder I almost missed my meeting. And then Pounce Bush is frustrated that Time Fawn won't take their duties more seriously. I think that's because, like, Pounce Bush is worried about Prancetail, Time Fawn is worried about his kits, and, you know, things are just getting a little bit chaotic as we've added more vulnerabilities of the heart into the clan. And Tangle Spring is talking with Pounce Bush. Good, okay. Like the elder and our deputy talking. Flood Fern bickered about something trivial with Autumn Fur. And I actually thought that was interesting because Flood Fern is our medicine cat and he's bickering with Autumn Fur, who's currently actually neglecting her duties as a mentor to stay in the medicine cat den. And I like the idea that she's trying to tell Flood Fern what to do because she's so worried about her kits. And that's what's going on here. And Flood Fern is really taking it like, come on, everybody is getting in his business. His clan leader is trying to tell him how to be like a StarClan connected cat, and now Autumn Fur is trying to tell him how to be like a medicine cat in charge of the herbs. And when he doesn't have those things going on, Pounce Bush is trying to ask him like if every little sniffle is going to be like Black Death. So Flood Fern, I feel like he's the most beleaguered cat of the clan. Also, Via Heart scorns Time Fawn for not catching enough prey. I think Via Heart actually doesn't really like kits, and she looks down on the cats who spend so much time being distracted by them. I wonder if that means she won't like kits as a whole, or if that means maybe her heart will change if she happens to discover a young kit out under a bush somewhere. Honeywing is sharing prey with Primrose Kit, her daughter. Oh, that's so fun. However, I do think that we're going to see that that's going to start making Bloom Coral quite jealous of Primrose Kit. Plum Kit, this is what I was telling you guys about earlier. So how are the youngest kits of the clan, Plum and Pepper, reacting to Primrose Kit? Yeah, they're pulling pranks on her. They're pulling pranks on her. So at the moment, we don't actually see like relationships with them, but I think that we are going to actually find that Plum Kit and Pepper Kit are a little bit jealous of Primrose Kit, and I think we're going to find that Primrose Kit dislikes Plum and Pepper just a bit because these two troublemakers who are impulsive and also who are troublesome, we're not treating the new cat, the new addition to the nursery, very nicely. I think they deserve little gentle bops on the head. I wonder, I mean, will Tangle Spring be able to sort that out? Who is going to control these kids? Oh, there's a lot happening. And Plum Kit's having a good day. Look, just because you're not sick and because you got to pick on another cat, Pepper Kit is eating a fresh kill. Whoops. Gentle, gentle. We don't want to go too fast. Okay, what's Primrose Kit doing? Yeah, looking around the camp with wonder still. All right. And then finally, Pepper Kit spent the whole day playing their favorite games with Plum Kit. Please don't get your sister sick. So I like that that ties into the idea that they were playing their favorite game with Prance Tail and with Plum Coral. Or excuse me, not Plum Coral, Bloom Coral. And this is the result. Getting sick, unfortunately. All right, anything else? Time Fawn no longer has a stomach ache, and we're gonna go ahead and we're going to go on patrol. I do think a couple cats were thinking about patrol. Chestnut Star caught the scent of a fox earlier, so I might send her on a border patrol. Pounce Bush is feeling down because Prance Tail is still in there, and maybe he saw her making eyes at Bloom Coral. Floodfern is basking in the sun, possibly from sheer exhaustion, and just falling over on his side, staring into space, wondering how he got into this mess. Autumn Fur, are you kidding, is teaching Kits about what plants to stay away from. So I could see her nervously trying to tell her little Pepper Kit what not to eat in the medicine cat den because it's dangerous. And I wonder, Pepper Kit, well, she's impulsive, not so troublesome like Plum Kit, but I wonder if her impulsivity and access to the medicine cat den might play out in drama. And then Tangle Spring is feeling down. Oh, I wonder, like, Tangle Spring, did she get to spend time with someone? We found out who's making Tangle Spring happy. Let's see, because I want her to be able to go ahead and interact with. I guess I can't tell her to interact with someone because she is the only mediator. Oh, we need to get more mediators for sure. Time Fawn, meanwhile, is feeling happy. I think he's confident that his kit is going to be okay. Bloom Coral also basking in the sun. No wonder all of the other cats in the clan are thinking he's been a little bit lazy. He probably looks so comfortable in the medicine cat den. The tiniest runny nose. Honeywing is assigned to Dawn Patrol tomorrow. Via Heart is sharpening their claws. She really doesn't. She's visiting the medicine cat den, but I really think she's ready to. Oh, no, she's in the medicine cat den from her mangled tail. She wants out of there, guys. She's so done with this. And then look at this. Look at this. I think I showed you guys this, but Prance Tail involves the kits in a game of make-believe about traveling through a strange land. Did we see this together? Did we? Because this wasn't planned. This was not planned. I can't believe that's how it worked out, because then they really did get the kids sick. Oh my gosh. Like then literally I just kind of had that story because I knew one of the kids got sick, and when I popped into the clan when we started, Bloom Coral and Prancetail were in the nursery with the kids. What is going on? Is this listening to me? I feel like every episode I'm just like dropping my jaw because everything is playing out exactly how I said. Oh my goodness. Flood Tuft is in the medicine den. I wonder if he's trying to just help out. I mean, there's a lot of activity going on in the medicine den. Maybe we shouldn't do that with Green Cock, you guys. Maybe. Eddie Paw is heading to the dirt place, and we're good to go. Heck! All right, if Chestnut Star caught the scent of fox, I think we're gonna go ahead and send her out maybe with a random cat. Okay, we'll send her out with Time Fawn, and we might do a patrol with them. And anyone else? Eddie Paw, Flood Tuft is not your mentor. All right, we'll bring Eddie Paw along for the moment because Eddie Paw's mentor is supposed to be Autumn Fur. I'll fix that. And just for you know, just because Chestnut Star like took care of Eddie Kit when they were a kit, we're gonna go ahead and go on border patrol. The patrol is trekking along the border lines when they hear a startling sound, a hiss of pain. They quickly follow the sound to the source. It's a loner, and they appear injured. Oh man, what the heck? Just when I thought we had enough cat drama for the day, here we go. I really need to start like figuring out the right cadence for this, guys, because this is amazing and also slightly ridiculous. So we're absolutely going to proceed because we wanted to make sure that the borders were safe, right? You can't just ignore another cat at the border of your territory. Chestnut Star is also smart, and she may be aware that we might need more warriors, but at the same time, we have no medical herbs. They were really wiped out, and gosh, this is just really tricky. Because now if we bring in another sick cat, I guess, a very ruthless side of Chestnut Star is aware, though, that if we really need to, we could exile a cat. Okay, let's proceed. The patrol approaches cautiously. The loner draws themselves up, but doing so causes them to let out another hiss. Chestnut Star offers to bring them to the camp. Though they seem hesitant, the loner agrees. Moontuft has joined the clan. Your clan's reputation towards outsiders has improved. Pardon me? Pardon me? Hello, sir? The disgraced deputy? Oh my gosh. All right, I've got some sparkle eyes going on with some thoughts about what I might like to do with this fine fellow. Huh. Wow, a disgraced deputy who's been wounded? That leaves a lot to think about, and no wonder Pouncebush is feeling extremely overwhelmed all of the time right now. He's also a good hunter and responsible. I don't think enough cats have been— Wait a second, Bloom Coral. Are you feeling good enough to be able to go out? Bloom Coral, look, especially because you've been flirting with, like, Prancetail, I think that you would definitely be dragged out by Pouncebush to go and do a bit of hunting. The patrol finds a small burrow in the ground with a strange scent. They hesitate, unsure if this is worth checking. Well, we have a good hunter and an excellent fighter. I think that's one of the reasons that even though Bloom Coral plays around so much, it's difficult to get angry at him because he is also one of the clan's best fighters. So let's proceed. Inside the burrow is a rabbit curled up and alone. Perhaps a buck recently kicked from his birth warren. Whatever the case, this rabbit will feed the clan now. Good job! And I wonder if that actually helped out their relationship a touch. Just out of curiosity. Bloom Coral is very comfortable to be around the Pouncebush, but not much else. However, Bloom Coral's really friendly. He just likes everybody. He really likes Pouncebush. That's so cute. He's just a really, like, happy-go-lucky kind of guy, isn't he? All right, and then let's go ahead, and we really need a lot of medical herbs. Honeywing is a fantastic hunter. So here's what I think. I think that Floodfern would actually go out and Floodtuft would join him because Floodtuft has offered to go ahead and help out where he feels it is important to help the clan. And with everybody so sick, I think he would just be willing to do that. So let's go on patrol. As the medicine cat's patrol pads out into Squirrel Clan territory, Floodtuft tells Floodfern about the dream they had last night and what the StarClan vision could mean for Squirrel Clan. Oh, Floodtuft, you had a dream? Okay. Whoa! Floodfern takes Floodtuft aside, giving them the full benefits of Floodfern's experience as they discuss Floodtuft's vision. As a medicine cat, they don't take the responsibility lightly, and both of them work together to divine the vision's meaning. Huh. What do you guys think the vision was? I feel like I need a little bit of time to, like, think about that. And meanwhile, Autumn Fur, being very worried about her kit, will go on her own patrol to go ahead and try to gather enough of the berries. While gathering herbs, Autumn Fur spots a bush of red berries. Ooh, okay. All right, I gotta think about this. She's very careful. And red berries. Literally, she was just telling the kids about what plants they should and should not eat. I'm too suspicious about this. We're not gonna gather the red berries. With a responsible cat like Autumn Fur, she's not gonna touch the berries. But that also means she didn't bring any of the medicine home. And finally, we have Honeywing, who we're going to add on in. And since Honeywing is actually such a good hunter, and because she has a kit of her own to take care of now, she's actually going to go on her own hunting investigation. What's going on? Honeywing hears distant howling and wonders whether to investigate the noise. No, she grew up around two legs. She knows what a dog is. She wouldn't do it. Honeywing decides not to investigate the source of the noise. Whatever is making it will not be friendly of them, and they are only one cat. I wonder if she wouldn't tell anybody about that though, because maybe she'd worry that Squirrel Clan thought that she was being weak and she wasn't strong enough to go ahead and be able to like help the clan out. All right, and then Tangle Spring, I'm so sorry you're feeling down, my dear. I unfortunately can't develop your relationship with anyone. However, what to do here? I only get to mediate with one relationship or sabotage one relationship. And you know what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead, and I actually think it would be super important for Chestnut Star to talk to Moontuft and start to, I'll allow romantic, and just start to know more about them. However, what could an older, disgraced deputy from an unknown clan with a secret history have to really offer the young and potentially interested leader of a new clan? Let's see. Let's see. Trust increased, respect increased, platonic like increased, romantic interest increased, comfort increased, jealousy decreased. I actually think this could be really interesting, especially because we were just starting to work on Floodfern. So yeah, we're gonna have to go ahead and we're gonna have to see what goes on here. But all right, guys, let's go ahead. We're gonna hit the moon, and then we're gonna get out of here so that I can try to collect the pieces of my life that are sprawling into all sorts of directions because I'm obsessed with cat drama. All right. Still a leaf fall, lots to do. Really interested in Moontuft. What a name. Like, Moon I thought was supposed to be, it used to be a forbidden name, but maybe not. Maybe he was born to a good medicine cat? What's gonna happen? Oh boy. Okay, let's see. I'm just glancing. Okay. All right, I think things are gonna be pretty calm, but we're gonna have to, we're gonna have to pay attention to how many kids were in that cabin next time, my friends. So, thank you so much for joining us today. If you could, help me. I have lost control of my life because of cat drama. And if you would like to join us on this and literally thousands more adventures, do please consider subscribing. But most importantly, stay curious, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.